Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
That's not Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
I'm just back from Africa. So Joyce is working with the Cubbies together with Ordena. So Ordena said to the Cubbies that Joyce is gone to Malawi. One of the kids said, again? So she had to show all the pictures and everything last week to know what's happening there. So there we are. With 1 month. This is not just another trip. This is a very special trip, just like every trip. Just here in summary, what we could accomplish for the Lord. This is not in my strength. This is not in anybody's strength who came there. 5 people came with us. We had 20 kids meetings. Number sometimes even went up to 300. We had 10 village visiting the churches. We had 4 weeks of Bible study in the Bible school. We had a sisters camp. And then we had few public meetings. And then we could buy land in 2 places. Then we started a work near the lake. One of the most beautiful lakes in the world. That is Lake Malawi. If you haven't seen that, you can come and see it along with the mission trip. But you have to take a ticket for the mission trip to see that. So, because I need to give a message also, I don't want to, maybe just 15 minutes, I will just dwell on these pictures, then go into the message. We need to have a screen there also. Brother Rogers. Okay, let me just stand here. Maybe you can. Yeah, this is a picture that I just took in my mobile phone. I did not do any Photoshop. You know, this is Lake Malawi. This is a lake. This is the most important thing in Malawi. This is so beautiful. Malawi is known as the warm heart of Africa. People are so loving. People are so cheerful. People are so welcoming. You wonder why people are coming back again and again? Mission is one thing, but mission is happening all over, right? All over the world. Why they are so much specific to Malawi? These are some of the reasons. See, you are not just doing a mission trip or just doing some mission work. You make a bond with the people. You love them, so you love to come back. So you have to make that first trip, right? So others are just going ahead of us, like the churches in Lawrenceville Brethren Assembly. You have to come once so that you will come second time also. This is Lake Malawi. We just started a work near it, just 300 meters away from this beautiful lake. This is just in front of us. We can see the lake from the place that we bought. So next one. Oh, I have here, right? Yeah, it's working. So just the highlights. Okay, we bought God has given us a truck that we've been desiring for a long time. Now we have 12 churches. We are in need of a truck. This is a 2-ton truck. You can see how people are loaded in. One time I asked Stephen, how many people are there? I think there are more than 55 people. This is how they stack up. They just said, because transportation is so expensive. See, we pay $2 per gallon here. They pay equivalent of 5 plus, between $5 and $6. In a poor country like Malawi, imagine how can they afford the transportation. And also we had conference every Sunday. We had to bring people from all these village churches. And I missed many things because it has to slowly come to my mind. Okay, this is one of the highlights God has given us. This is a used one, but this is so much helpful and we thank God for it. And it is expensive because it's a landlocked country. And it has to come all the way from Japan. But it is a wonderful gift from God. Already within 1.5 months, 2 months, 10% of the money that we spent already regained. Isn't that amazing? It is. So this is still being in much use. Next picture. See, this is how we need to load in bricks, sand, people, and the mission is increasing. Different places we are building the churches. This is one of the main use of the truck. So we had some sisters this time. See, some of our sisters used to ask, see, how can I get involved? See, I tell you, just come and see. And this is one of the ways that sisters can get involved with. We had our first sisters camp this time. 50 people we had. We just limited the number purposely. Because this is first time we want to know the challenges. The number could have easily gone to 100, maybe next time. So 3 sisters, including Joyce, was there. So this was that wonderful. This is another way. Dr. George Samuel came from Dallas. He's a retired medical practitioner. This is the 3rd time he came. So we had our health and hygiene class. This was done in one of our churches. We always do this when there is a doctor or a medical practitioner coming there. Even with the nurses, masters, who are interested to teach and do this kind of things, they can do it. These are some of the participants in medical class. So this is the day that we arrive. Kids are in so much excitement. From the highway to our mission center, it's about 200 meters. So by knowing that we arrive, they all will come and shout that, oh, Uncle, we know, Uncle, we know, and Mama, Joe. This is so the number will grow. By the time we get to the gate, it will be 100, 150 kids. They are so excited. They know what's going to happen for the next 1 month. And parents are willingly sending their kids to the mission because they know what's happening there. And they are so happy, and these are the kids. They are so joyful, they are so wonderful. And many kids, don't take it for granted, okay? This time also many kids got saved. So D.L. Moody once said that, oh, Moody, how many people got saved today? 2.5. People thought that, 2.5, what's that? Half maybe a child and the other 2 maybe another. But he said it's the other way. And 2 children and one adult, 2.5 people got saved. You know what he said? Adults getting saved, half of their life is over. But when a kid gets saved, so full life is in utilization. So this is so many kids are getting saved. And one of the things I will tell you later when you see that picture. So many newborns, and especially one of our brothers, Chipiriro means faith. And we got him married last year. We provided everything that is basically needed. God has blessed him with a baby girl. And Stevens, this is another daughter for Stephen, that is named Ruth. So in the mission center, whenever a kid is born, if it is a girl, Joyce has the privilege to name. And so she named the right one. Oh, I told Joyce, here is a child, baby girl, so she said Ruth. That's a wonderful name. I never get a chance to name because all the babies are, the girls, And so far we didn't have a baby boy, it's all girls. It's all girls family. So these are the first group of visitors. Brother Stanley, one of the elders in Lawrenceville Brethren Assembly. Brother Stanley, his brother-in-law. So they did a wonderful job. They came with me, stayed with me for 9 days. And then sisters, they are giving message. We have, as I said, there are conferences. Every Sunday we get 200 to 250 people for the conference. It depends on how many people can be brought. Because, of course, you cannot bring all the people from different areas within a single day. They start 5 o'clock. They have to come to the mission center by 9:30. By the time, they must have closed 4 or 5 assemblies and they pick it. If they go one direction, this conference, they go another direction for the next conference. So literally, we had conference in all those 4 weeks. So I'm not getting there, right? So in the picture, that's okay. So this is visitors with the Bible school students. We have 8 Bible school students. It's more than 2 years now. So next trip, we don't know when it is. And we are planning to send them out. giving a certificate because they all are working for the Lord. And this is just a picture when we visited a church, Chimera Church. That is how a typical church building looks like. We have a pattern, so they know, our brothers know how to do it. I know how much money we need to spend. And we have the builders, carpenters, a mason, and so it is so easy nowadays to build a church. So this is a new church in the village, Gandali. See how people are sitting. This should break your heart, right? They are still gathering under the tree. Rainy season is coming. We are in need of 3 churches. We have 6 church buildings. We are in need of 3 church buildings. The cost of building a church is $20,000. No, just got 1 How much it is? Just 2,000. It could go higher, but because we have all the amenities and all the people we arrange that way, we could reduce. How much money we spent? How much money we spent? And these people are worshipping the Lord under the tree. And that's a question mark on us. I am dry sometimes. Sending. Even within 3 weeks, I send money 3 times. I don't consider God's money or my money, what our Lord is giving. All the my economic policy is the same. This is my home church. Just hear this. All the designated gift, 100% goes to the mission. Another individual personal gift, 50% for the mission. It is simple. That is why we have 12 churches in Malawi within 10 years. That is why we have 20 acres of land in Malawi. And that is why God is blessing with motorbikes and trucks and 2 other persons where the cars we have to be used for the mission. And this is the kind of gathering. And you go to a village, preach the gospel. There are some people interested, and they get saved. You keep visiting that place. Next time you talk about salvation, assurance of salvation, then you give some words about the growth. And we have already printed that book that we are using here. What is that? The lessons for the believers. Chayamba Matsapana, that's what we say in Chichewa. We got it translated. We take it every time with us, at least 100 copies, so that they can use in uniformity with all these churches. They know what they are learning about the basic things. So this is a place for the church. God has given us a land. All these 3 places, God has given us land. So we need funds for the church building. This Brother Shadi, teaching the students in the Bible school. So this is kids meetings. The day we arrived, we reached around 1:30, 2 o'clock. So I tell my brothers, you be ready the same day that we arrive. Kids will be waiting for us. When you see 100, 150 kids, 200 kids, what do? You cannot just go and relax. Oh, they say that after a long, tiresome journey, I want to have a shower. Just hold on. It is better to take a shower at night time, because if you take a shower, going with this kid, shaking hands with everybody, and you are in a difficult area, so it's better before you go to the bed, you take a shower. That's what I do. That's what I suggest to everyone. That's what people are doing. So we had a lot of kids on the day until we leave. 28 just and maybe more than 20 kids meetings we had. These are the sisters. Liji came second, and last December she came. This time also she came. So Joyce came all the time. And then this one, right one, she's first time. Oh, she is so passionate. She was saying that most of the things that we are doing in America, it makes no meaning. I want to go for the mission. I want to come next time. For the next 2 years, there are so many people in our team. I don't know. But always there is a space for Gwinnett Bible Chapel. Remember, I told you, I can squeeze. But for 2 years, 2019, 2020, there are at least 30, 40 people. Wherever I go, they are excited to come. Once they come, they will come second time. That is our land, okay? This is the 10-acre land, just down the mission center. You see bananas? Oh, how much bananas we had. This assembly gathering. Joyce, man, teach in the Bible school. Sometimes these students get bored. And after long, because they are never used to sit 1 hour, 2 hours, right? Okay, then we send the sisters with something, what? Games, sword drill, and different kinds of teaching songs and sharing the testimonies. they are really charged up, then take up that teaching. This is a typical village visit. When you go to a village, you may be the first visitor going into that village. They are so happy. Thank you for coming and visiting us. This is what the village chief is going to tell you. So then after an introduction, we divide the kids and the adults. This is a kids group. They sit on the floor. See, Sister Scam. I think Joyce and Lady taking class. Sister Talita, she is taking class for the kids. This is again in the other village, so this Bible study group. See, it's very, Malawi villages are very neat and clean. I think just like that's what about all Africa. Frankly saying, it is cleaner than many of the North Indian or villages. I should say that you can walk through any village in Africa. It's very clean. Somebody have taught them the mannerism or just to take care of the basic. This is Dr. George Samuel teaching the book of Revelation. That means Bible school is coming to a close. They wanted to learn, they learned about eschatology. I don't know how far because that was taught 1.5 years before. But I promised them we will teach. They wanted to learn Revelation, but I just hold on. Just like Roger said, hold on. Right? I told them, hold on. You hold on because that is for the last time. So he did a wonderful job. And Sister Letty said her father was a missionary. Wherever he wanted to teach the book of Revelation, he couldn't finish. This is not for our discouragement. Satan does, if you start book of Revelation, most of the time he won't allow you to finish, but you have to fight the battle. You know what happened? I cannot take more than 2 hours because I use my voice because I want them to understand. But this is a doctor, he doesn't raise your voice, he just, is, doctors, because they cannot, they have just a bad. That's how he taught. He's a 68-year-old man, he taught up to 4 hours. You know what happened? He was successfully able to finish that. But by the time he got back into Washington, D.C., he got sick. We met him the other day, just 2 days before when we visited Dallas. He just recovering from. Devil is fight. We have to fight a battle with the devil, and that is for sure. Because you are teaching something so valid, something that is so sure, something that is hopeful, something that is wonderful. That is the book of Revelation. And so he did a wonderful job. We had several public meetings. This is just one of them. Assemblies come together. This is another thing. And our church is full now. Only 200 people can be seated. Sometimes they sit up to 250. So we made an extension to the outside. Did not cover. Just it's an open one. Maybe in future more people can be accommodated when they come for the conference and things like that. This is another place. God has provided money to build a church. Right now it is going on. Since I left, it is level 11 now. So I am connected with them every day. They send me pictures, videos, and they give messages to encourage them. And so many things happening. Even while here, many hours are being conversing with them. So this is in Patsua. God provided an acre of land, and they already started building. And we went there. This is a remote place. Some of them are with rugged clothes. They don't have clothes. And it was so heartbreaking to see. The other churches, at least they have some clothes. So I told my brother, okay, we have some clothes. So we gave one box full of clothes. Okay, take it there. Everyone who is coming to church, of course we cannot give to everyone, but just give that. So he did that. This is a remote village. You can see the mountain, beautiful mountains, and already church building is coming up. And we are Baptists also. 12 people got baptized, but there are several people. We cannot bring them from every village. It's a time planning, and so many things are happening. But at least 12 people managed to come to the mission center because there is no water in the village. This is drought season, so we could give them a baptism for 12 people. And this is brother and sister singing beautiful song. The first time we found them out, and Boniface is one of our evangelists in one church, and Lucy is singing. We should record their voice. This is a staple food. Many people ask what kind of food you eat. This is a food, and we eat sometimes. This is Malawian, Kenyan, Tanzanian. This is made of maize meal, sima. This is a food for 150 people. Whenever they come for the conference from the villages, we provide the food. Our sisters in Lilongwe, the mission center, they do a wonderful job cooking early morning, and they will not miss the worship. By 9:30, 10 o'clock, they will be in the church. That's a lesson for us. This is Mama's favorite. That the first born in the mission center. So she named her Lydia. So she is very fond of her, and she is so cute, right? This is our main brother Chibwe, who is doing the things. He's a very wonderful, faithful brother, handles all the money, very punctual, and it's very hard to get, I should say. He's only 33 years old. And he had Bible school learning with the American missionaries in another place 3 years. So that gives the fruit. So how it pays off. Somebody is doing some training work, you are benefited of that. Yeah, this is an African brother, an African mama, Uncle Vinoji and Joyce, and Mama Joy. That's what they call us, okay? Joyce is the African attire. He just took a shot. Look at this African attire. They look pretty, right? With the African attire. That's so nice, you know. How does it say? So there's a coffee time with the students. Yeah, this is what witchcraft. Now, July, August, September until October, 4 months, they don't have anything to do before rain comes. Now they start preparing the soil because December, rain comes. It is below the equator, the weather is exactly opposite pattern of us. Okay, we are living, so I tell, most of the time I tell we are in a devilish village. Listen to this. That is true. Most of the villages and villages near us, they worship, they belong to this group. They will worship us, witchcraft. So this time when we went to the down compound, all of a sudden, we saw hundreds of people sitting in the other land, and all of us are in my garden. So they said, "Sir, he's speaking good English. He's one of the leaders there. Sir, you have to move out of this place." I told him, lovingly told him, boldly told him, see, I know what he's meaning. So, if you are not spying or disturbing you, how can you say that you move from your land? So we just came to visit our land. We are not going to spy you. We are not just going to stay here. We are just moving. And then they went, they were afraid of the church and the missionaries and the foreigners. They don't want us to see their rituals. And we did not know what is happening. Next day, 2,000 people with all their attire, all in disguise, with all kinds of things, drums. And they are just marching in front of our mission center to the market. More than 2,000 people. It took at least 5 minutes for that procession to move in front of the gate. This is what is happening. And they are afraid of the church and God. They tell that they won't attack you or anything like that. They are not that kind of aggressive. Still good people, but they are afraid of. And this is where the importance of giving gospel to the kids. Again, we are encouraged to teach these kids. They take these kids as their front soldiers. They try to teach them, be part of their mission. Okay? But since we are there, they don't like that. We teach them, this witchcraft is wrong. Devil worship is wrong. Where you are going, these kinds of things. So unless children have an awareness that these are, bad things, they shouldn't be part of this one. So God is saving so many people which they are not happy. This is how they go with that, knife and all, collect money. Bible school students. With the visitors, this is Stephen, a wonderful brother, and second in command. He used to stay in a hut. Now he owns few acres of land, a house, motorbike, and he's the one who is riding the truck. And God has brought so much of change in his life. And had we not accepted him, we could have thrown him away for many mistakes. But somehow, we did not do that by the mercies of God. He is one of the most useful brothers nowadays. He's a street smart guy because he used to associate with the street. And Stephen, you go and sow that road. Okay, I see a land. I say, oh, Stephen, we need this 2 acre of land. This is good for the mission. Okay, brother. He goes and talks with the people, brings in tea or whatever, and I have my money put in for that. He brings down that price. Whenever they see foreigners, they charge a lot. But he is the one who is going to the other place to build the church. He has a nice house now. This is a place that we bought near the lake, 300 meters away from the lake. Can you see the waters? You see the blue waters? Yes, you can through that trees, you can see the blue waters. It's almost a, pardon me? Oh, with this one?
Yes.
Or is that one? It's here?
Yes.
Yeah, this one?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I should have done early, right? Yeah, this is a, see, you see this one?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. So this is just 2 hours drive away from the mission center. This is a bit far, but very useful. People are of Muslims, 50% Muslims, 50% Christians. There's a wonderful opportunity. We already started the ministry. We already started the Havana. Chipiriro, the other brother I talked about, they start the right side, that's a small well, toilet, and also the building. So many things are going on, you know, these are some of the things that is, yeah, this is Brother Chipiriro. He has a small cycle away from the mission center. All alone, we are praying for a motorbike for him in the near future, in the will of the Lord. Because now he has only a cycle, and he is, you know, he's a fire as an evangelist for the Lord. And wherever he goes, he makes some souls, and he preaches the word. So he's the right person to be sent to that new place. He already started a gathering. That is, so this is, yeah, this is our car, and that is it. So this is for another place I prepared. That's not my message today. Okay, so these are all the things. So thank you so much for your prayers and the support Vinay is giving. Without prayer, nothing is possible. And see, we feel our inadequacies when we are in the mission field. But the power that is working through you is God's power. That is very evident. That's amazing. And if you still want to read the David Livingstone's statement, you can still read, there's no problem. That's an amazing statement, and that is what he said. See, this morning I'm just going to we need the word, because for the next 1 week, we need the message. That's what I'm trying to do. I may just go a few minutes extra, but I'll be stopping on time. So I'm just going to talk about Jabez's prayer, which is found in 1 Chronicles chapter 4, verses 9 and 10. See, Chronicles and Kings, they are not duplicates. Then what are they? So Kings talking about the man's point of view of things, whereas Chronicles talks about God's point of view of things. And when you go through the first Chronicles, you may feel boredom because these are all names. Unless you are researching on the names of Hebrew names, you find it boredom, you stop there because this is all names, right? But as you read through, when you come to chapter 4, you see that there is something very special. What is that in just 2 verses? That is Jabez's prayer. And after all, it is still in 1 Chronicles that we see the thanksgiving prayer of man of God, David. And we just finished Thanksgiving. You know, most of the people in America, Thanksgiving it's celebrated out of context. It must be celebrated within the context. It's not coming? No? Yeah. Okay. Here we are. So, we just celebrated Thanksgiving. We must thank God for His faithfulness. We must thank God for all the good things and great things He is doing in each one of our life. And it has become so much commercialized. That is the time that we look to buy more things, right? We look to buy more things. And this is a time that we should give out more things. And David's prayer, rightly, when you read chapter 29, it's so amazing, it is so wonderful. And David is giving thanks. Lord, what all we have, it is from you. We give it back to you. So, 1 Chronicles has so many things, not just Jabez's prayer. And there are so many prayers in the Bible. Moses' prayer, David's prayer, Jabez's prayer. In the New Testament, Jesus' prayer, and Paul's prayer. We see so many prayers. This is one of the prayers. So let me just read it for you. 1 Chronicles chapter 4, verses 9 and 10. Now Jabez was more honorable than his brothers. His mother called his name Jabez, saying, because I bore him in pain. And Jabez called on the God of Israel, saying, "Oh, that you would bless me indeed, and enlarge my territory, that your hand would be with me, and that you would keep me from evil, that I may not cause pain." So God granted him what he had requested. See, what are the specialities? What are some of the specialities of this prayer? This is like a stream in the desert. Where you see no hope, all of a sudden you see hope. You read through the Hebrew names, you cannot make it right most of the time, but in between those names, those genealogies, you see something, you see a silver line, right? You see something amazing. Just two verses, it is known as the prayer of Jabez. You don't see him before and you don't see him after. And what is so special about his prayer? And we are going to discuss about that. This is a portion that we usually skip, right? We skip this portion. But when we skip some of the things, don't miss out the most important things. We skip so many things in life. It is good to skip some of the things. But when we try to skip things, but remember that don't skip the most important things. Just stay focused on the Lord. And he is known for his prayer, not for anything else. People want to be known for many things. And if you want to be known for just one thing, what is that one thing would be? Jabez was known for his prayer. And what is that one thing or more things that we want to be known for? Some people are known for their giving. Some people are known for their patience. And some people for their anger. Some people are known for their relationships. And some people are known for their hospitality. And some people are known for personal evangelism. Some people are really good for that. Let me ask you and ask myself. And what is that one? If you want to be known for just one thing, what is that one thing that you want to be known for? The person who was shot by the arrows in the Sentinel Island, in the Andaman Island, just 3-4 days before. That John Allen Chow, who was 27 years old, and he wanted to be known for the mission. He knew that he was going to be killed. The most remote, one of the most remotest tribes in the world. And nobody is allowed to go there. Even the government, it is difficult for them to get in touch with them. Nobody knows the number exactly. Maybe 100 to 500, that's what some of the anthropologists say. And he got the hit. It was 5th time he went there. He got the hit even before. But he just went and preached the gospel. I come with the love of God. You may say that he died, he did a stupid thing. That's what Jim Elliot also did, right? A stupid thing. Many things are stupid for us. But that is how the gospel is preached and propagated, right?
Yes.
That is what. There are, I don't know, Dr. George Samuel said, how many millions of martyrs for Christ? No other religion, no other faith has. And others, they call it martyrs, but they kill others, right? When one person is coming with a suicide bomb and they kill 10 or 20 or 30 people. But Christianity is a real martyrs thing. No? They go with the love of Christ. They themselves being killed, not killing others, but winning others' souls for Christ. Maybe one day they will know the love of Christ. And he is known for the mission. And if you want to be known for just one thing, what is that one thing you want to be known for? Helping others? A Bible study? Or preaching the gospel? Or giving? And he's a very good friend helping others. But he just decide, it's a challenge for us. And Jabez is just known for his prayer. And that's a good thing to be known, right? Nothing before, nothing after. And only 2 verses is known for his prayer. Isn't it amazing? It is. To me, I just want to be known for mission. And there are many things that you can be known for. What is the primary thing that I just, that's important. And this is a prayer that instantly answered. We live in a very selfish world. We live in a very instant world. We want to get results. As soon as you write the test, you want to get the result, right? Not like before waiting 3 months. No, that won't happen. We live in a very selfish world, very instant world. We have so many prayers and we want to get instant answers, right? Do you think that God is just a mechanical being? Whatever you ask is going to be given to you? No, it's not. We have the wrong concept about prayer. And I'm going to tell what kind of prayer will be answered soon. When we pray in the will of the Lord, and that prayer is going to be answered instantly. There are many verses, but let me just quote one verse. 1 John chapter 5 verses 14 and 15, we say that if we ask anything according to His will, and He hears us, that is our confidence. Do we hear about that? If we ask anything according to His will, He hears us. He answers our prayers. And there are 3 answers for prayers. We know that. I don't need to teach you again. But let me just give you an explanation on that rather than just flatly saying yes, no, wait. For some prayers, right away God would say that because that will hinder us. That will cause your death. You will see that is immediately good, but for long run it is not good for you. So God will say that no. Even Jesus' prayer did not answer, right? He wanted to be protected. Father, if it is your will, take away this stuff. God said no. And what are some of the other no's we had? Moses said, I want to enter the land. What God said? No. And there is a Balaam, he prayed, right? To bless the people. God said no. Because that is going to cause great problem and tragedy. So God said no. If God is answering for your prayer like no, just think that is not good for us in the future. Don't get discouraged. And some prayers God will say yes. Some examples. Abraham prayed for a lamb. Yes, here is the lamb, right? And Solomon asked for the wisdom, and God gave him instant wisdom. And there are so many places, and we can see that. Moses hit the rock, and immediately water came. Hagar cried out to God. Water rushed out all of a sudden. Because this is lifesaver, God cannot wait. When you pray for the lifesavers, God can answer you instantly. But some prayers like John Allen Chow, that was not answered. That is for His will and for His glory. Now, even in India, newspapers, people are reading about him, about the gospel he preached. Why did this young guy came? It is so, they are researching, they are studying. Their American government is trying to take out, his dead body. So difficult, but people are discussing and debate all over the world. But there will be a question, why this guy has to go there to preach the gospel? Answer is, so some prayers, no. But some prayers, it will be wait. I personally feel that is the answer most of the time, right? Those who are experienced, can you say amen to that? Amen. Yes, that is how it is. Because God is not going to grant most of our prayers instantly, because God wants us to wait in His will before we enjoy the blessings of that prayer. We all want to be blessed just like Jabez. Lord, bless me indeed. What for? When you ask for God's blessing, God can ask a counter question to you. Why should I bless you? Then what you will answer? It depends, the solution or answer depends on that. Lord, please bless me. Then God will ask a counter question. What for? He will say that, me, myself and family. No, I cannot do that. Jabez prayed a prayer for his nation. We will come to that. When he said that, Lord, enlarge my territory, he is not talking about 20 acres of land. Maybe it is like I asked for land in Malawi, 20 acres, but it doesn't belong to me, it belongs to God. When we ask for God, we will come to that, I'm not shooting early. So it says that he was more honorable than his brother. It is a challenge for all men. Okay? He is more honorable than his brothers. We say that he's a good man, he's a gentleman. And he is a respected man. It's a challenge to us. He was more honorable than all his brethren. And let us just come to that prayer, just a few more minutes. He said that, bless me indeed. It's not a selfish prayer. This is a prayer like Jacob. Lord, bless me to bless others. Lord, bless me to bless. If you forget everything, doesn't matter. And if you can just take this word from my sermon today. Lord, we all ask for Lord, bless me, bless me. Lord is tired of hearing that, right? And you can still ask, God, bless me to bless others, to make a change in others' life, to impact others' life. And he's asking for the spiritual blessing. I don't want to go into Jacob's life. But by the time Jacob prayed at Peniel, he had the wrestling with the angel of the Lord first time, and the last time somebody had a wrestling with the angel of the Lord. It lasted 6 hours. If the Guinness Book of World Record was there, it would have been recorded as the longest fight ever, from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. What did he ask for? Unless you bless me, I will not let you go. And did he ask for the material blessing? By this time, he is a millionaire. He doesn't need to ask for the material blessings. Rather, he is asking for the spiritual blessings. No wonder God blessed him with that beautiful name, Israel. A name cannot be blotted out from history. A name everybody fears. A name everybody stumbles. A name which is a testimony to God's glory. Even today. Why America is born? Why America is standing? Just because of two things in the world. Just for Israel and just for church. There is no other reason for America to come like this, stand like this. America is developed by the Jewish people, whether believers or non-believers. They are blessed with tremendous wisdom. It all starts from Jacob. Lord, bless me indeed. Can you ask for God's blessings on your life to bless others? That is why he's praying that, Lord, bless my country, bless my people, bless my church, and bless my family. It's not a selfish prayer. See, just for your information, let me tell you that no Jewish people can own the land individually. Do you know that? It's all communal land. It's given as lease. Nobody can own. And it is from long time. Bless me indeed. Enlarge my territory. He is not asking for his own benefit. And he is asking for the fulfillment of Abrahamic covenant. Those normal culprits who learn the verses, this time what was the verse we learned? Joshua 1 to 9. There we learn, right? All from Jordan Valley, all the way to Lebanon, from the Hittite country, and all the way to the great Euphrates River, and to the Mediterranean to the west. That will be yours. Now they just have a small land, right? That is the Abrahamic covenant. He is praying for the fulfillment of Abrahamic covenant. Lord, enlarge my land. Lord, enlarge my territory. Lord, enlarge my area of influence. How many of us can really pray that prayer that, Lord, enlarge my area of influence. Enlarge my vision. We just not to be satisfied just few mediocre things. We need to really pray for enlargement of our vision. Enlarge the area of my relationship. Enlarge the area of my vision. And enlarge the area of my mission. Enlarge the country so that I can take the gospel to the end of the earth. That's what Jabez prayed. That is why that prayer was answered. Enlarge the area of my service. Don't look to find out something new, but there are already opportunities that we can be useful. Use it for the glory of God. And there are many opportunities. And he says that your hand would be with me. He's talking about guidance. We need the guidance of God, just like we discussed this morning, a spirit guide. The last prayer is that you would keep me from evil. Dear brothers and sisters, we live in a very evil world, very wicked world. Even in America, it is a fight between evil and good. There is no doubt about that. So, during the last mission trip, with that encounter with the witchcraft people, I come up with a new conclusion. Devil is active everywhere, right? In Africa, devil is active in the form of witchcraft, voodoo, blinding people. They are there. We are surrounded by that. And in India, people are blinded by the religious things. They will die for their religion, for their faith. They will fight to any extent. Devil has blinded people that way. When we come to America, devil has blinded people with materialism, career, liberalism, and leftism. And at the outset, it doesn't seem dangerous, right? Yes, as a believer, what stand we take is important. I don't belong to neither party. Some of the time we cannot support neither party's policies. But you have to look through the lens and find out who is standing for the Lord, and who is standing for the Christians, and who is standing for God's people, and who is standing for church. And because for a Christian, nothing else much matter. It is God and His people and the church and the preaching of the gospel. Otherwise, our children are going to suffer. So I would say that we pray for our children, we are comforted. My children are okay, they are married, they are godly, that is a wonderful job. But now we should start praying for the grandkids, right? Oh. The things that are coming up, kids are exposed into, with this tab and all, they are not, look about our childhood, how much interesting, how much joyful childhood. We did not have any of this tab. I'm not against this tab and all. But today's generation, they are immersed into all these things. Their head become the head of an idiot because they are driven by somebody, tech companies, directions. They don't have anything to. I would say that the older people are smarter people, they just figured out. When we put the GPS, I would say that older generation is more smarter to find out that all these roads were there then, right? We so much depend on GPS, but what about the older generation? Somebody will sit there, right? And they will figure out before they travel, they will figure, okay, this line is 20 east, 20 west, that way, this way. Their mind is always active in a 12-hour drive. We just rely on GPS. That is why I would say that older generation is more smart and, they have more, their brain is more used. Parents, beware of that. Not only about our children, just about the grandchildren who are born. Forget about America, even India. Digital world, one of the largest in the world. Indians are very smart with these digital things. It's almost as equal as America in that sphere. Digital, that 70% of the IT company people are Indians in working in America. Yeah. They're especially gifted for that. Not just in America. Wherever this thing is, tab is there. Thankfully, it hasn't come much in Malawi, that's why they are tearful. Okay? So we need to pray not only for our children, for our grandchildren who are born or who are yet to be born. Because we live in a very evil society. Until the plan of church is completed, we should live here, right? Yes. Once the church is raptured, America will be a zero. That is the time that Billy Graham said, this is Sodom and Gomorrah. Before the church is being raptured, this is a fight that we are seeing in America. Because 75 to 100 million people will be raptured. Your house will have no value. You will say that whoever can take this house, whoever can move into, no value. China, Russia, India, all will jump up. America may be 100th country or 200th country. No value for the land, no value for the stock, no value for the colleges. Nobody wants to come here. That is with the rapture of the church. That is the downfall of America with the going of the church. And then the program for the Israel is going to start. So my time is over. You all are excited. Let me just stop there. He prayed for the enlargement of the nation Israel. He did not pray for a selfish prayer. We are selfish most of the time. Me, myself, and family. And we are very content with that. And our life is measured by God in terms of how many people we can impact. You don't need to go to the mission field. Opportunity is right here. How many of us know that there's a Myanmar ministry? Every Sunday there's a Sunday school, 35 kids. My wife goes because we are traveling and often not here. We cannot. But there are people who are going here every week. Some of them are Buddhist background, right? We still look for opportunities in the market. Sometimes even I was not happy. Oh, this church doesn't have that public outreach, but we've been asking in prayer. Many sisters. But recently I came to a conclusion that, here we have so many opportunities, right? Havana, You know, those who come to Havana, how many Indian kids are coming who are going to other churches and other, they are not saved. It's a good opportunity. Right at the door. Myanmar ministry. These are Buddhist kids. They did not know about Christ. In that young age, talk about Jesus and love of Christ. What a wonderful opportunity. And when you go to a street, you won't find anybody. You can just give the tract. I'm not saying that we shouldn't do that, but we should change the tactic also. That's what the world is doing, right? Okay, so use whatever opportunity that we have and protect me from evil. Brother Mark, something more would have happened, right? But God has protected. And LBA, 2 weeks before, there was a housewarming in the morning. I had to give the message. Afternoon, there was a volleyball. 30 people. We divided into 4 groups. We played 5 games. Okay, let us play the last game. Then one guy came. He just ate his food. He's just 38 years old. I'm just here. He said that I can smash. With just one jump, his hand was just twisting. We heard a sound. It is broken into 2. Oh, it was just very sad. We went and saw him, but he said, "Oh, you people are amazing. You are there to help me. When I am healed, I'm going to come into your church." And we shared the gospel with him. That may be the purpose. I told him, Ronnie, something more could have happened. It is only 1 month or 2 months. Yes. He had a ticket to go to India. But who knew that something greater would have happened there? We don't know. And he is trying to understand. So God, keep us from evil. Evil one, the devil one. Let us pray. Father God, we thank you for this day. Lord, though I have taken a few minutes extra, but you are speaking to our hearts. The important things that are concerning to God and concerning the spiritual things, Lord. Help us to pray like Jabez, not to have the selfish prayer, but spiritual prayers, to bless others, to stand for God, to work for His honor and for His glory. Thank you, Lord, for this small group of people, for this assembly, to be used by the Lord, and we pray that in the days coming, more and more people would attend to meetings and programs, so that we could be more shining forth for the glory of God. We will have a prayer like Jabez, Lord, not to bless us, but to bless others, Lord. And help us, Lord. We thank you for this time, and take us home safely. Thank you, and we bless your name. In Jesus our Lord's precious name we pray. Amen. Thank you. Sorry for taking a few extra minutes. It's because of, but we are not going anywhere, right?